340 skulls. That's a lot of skulls. Hey guys, welcome back to Black Magic Craft. Today is Reviewsday Tuesday, and on this one I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favorite accessory products. An awesome tool for mini basing, mini sculpting, and for adorning random bits of terrain. And that's this box of skulls from Citadel. It is literally just a box of 340 plastic skulls of varying sizes and shapes, and it's awesome and I love it. Personally, I am not a big fan of Games Workshop and Citadel models. I don't really like their aesthetic. They're very expensive. Way too expensive for D&D. I mean, if you play 40K or whatever and you're buying and investing in an army, I get it, that's totally cool. But for DMs and D&D players, I think that Games Workshop models are a terrible purchase for D&D unless you're getting them secondhand or at a crazy good deal. There is one exception to that, however, and that's this box of skulls. This is the only model that I've gone into a Games Workshop store and purchased. And yes, I did go out and purchase these on my own with my own money, and Games Workshop or Citadel are certainly not sponsoring this video. It's just something that I like and I think is very useful for terrain builders and people who kit bash miniatures. The price is totally reasonable for what you get, and it's such a unique product. I think it's 100% worth it. You've seen me use this in a few of my videos. I know I used it on the Corpse Flower Mini. I've used it on, what else did I use it on? Maybe that was the only video I used it in, but I've used it several times on miniature bases and stuff. I love it, and I want to show you exactly what you get in this box because I think it's worth getting for most people who are building a lot of cool things. So let's open it up and take a look at exactly what you get inside this box. So it's just a very little box here, and it shows you all of the different skulls that you get and how many of each of them you receive. So if you look, some of the, bigger, more ornate, interesting ones you only get one of, but the really most usable ones, these humanoid skulls, you get a lot of. Like this generic human skull, you get 82 of those, plus another 6 of the broken ones, another 86 of this one without a jaw, and really just a ton of skulls. So when you open it up, what you get are a couple sprues with all the skulls on them. And I've already used some of these, so some of these are going to be missing skulls. So you get one sprue that has the bigger skulls on it, and then the ones with the smaller generic ones. So there's 4 sprues in total, 340 skulls in total. That's just a ridiculous amount. So if you take a look, one of them just has so many of these humanoid skulls. You can see I've already used some of them here. The sculpts on these are really good. I mean, you cannot argue with the quality of the sculpting and the casting that you receive from Citadel. These are absolutely perfect with tons of detail. When you break them off the sprue, all you're gonna have to do is a tiny little bit of cleanup where it connects. You paint these up and you put a wash on them and they look incredible. So here you have these kind of more orc type skulls, some alien ones, some jawbones, and I'm assuming these are all skulls based on races in the Warhammer world, which I don't play and I'm not that interested in. All I care about is how they could work for D&D, and I mean, these could work great as orc skulls for D&D. Absolutely no problem there whatsoever. Now, these are cast in a hard plastic, just like all, Warhammer stuff. Again, really high quality, takes primer and paint really well. You can see some of these skulls have suffered battle damage. These ones are split like they took an axe to the head. Really cool. Here you got a little cyclops skull with a horn, tiny little jaw bones to decorate things with. Something like this I would absolutely put right on a boss door, painted up metallic, and it would just look super awesome. You know, when the party's gonna go face a evil demon, whatever, like put that on a door and it's gonna look friggin' cool. Here you got some of the bigger, more bizarre skulls, again, more demon type ones that would be excellent for D&D. This massive skull, I kind of wish there was more of this one because that's a great giant skull. You got some bird skulls, really, really incredible stuff. Now let's take a look at a few projects where I've actually used them. So here is the corpse flower that I made previously in a video. Put a link up there for that video. And you can see I used a whole bunch of these to decorate this thing. Now, when I was building it, for whatever reason, I decided I didn't want to waste too many of these skulls on one build. I really should have just done 2 or 3 times as much because these skulls are so cheap actually per individual skull, and I have so many of them. I could just buy another box if I actually run out, but I don't think I'll ever run out. But you can see they look excellent there. But this is kind of an unusual piece to use it on. Something more practical is on miniature bases. And you can see here I have this flesh golem, this Frankenstein type creature, and I've used 2 of these skulls to decorate the base. Let me try to get this focused here. There we go. And you can see they were just painted with a kind of bone white and had a Agrax Earthshades wash on them, and they look phenomenal. And I think it really enhances the base of a miniature. Here's another one, a big spider that I did. And I used 2 of these skulls, come on the base here. Just dropped them in, glued them in place, sculpted the base with a bit of milliput, and it adds that nice little detail to the piece. So you can see here how well these things paint up. They don't take a lot of effort. The sculpts are really good. So in many ways, there's not much to this product. It's really just a box full of skulls. And that's what makes it so wonderful and makes me love it so much, because there's not really another option for decorating things with skulls at scale. You can go out on Halloween and find different skeleton toys or different things, but they're never gonna be this size. They're never really gonna look like the skull of a 28mm figure that you use for D&D. They're always gonna be big, and that's fine for some things, but if you want that really realistic scale look, this is your only option. The other option would be buying skeleton miniatures and chopping off the heads, and that would be really expensive. For the price of this box and getting 340 skulls, if you were out and if you went out and bought skeleton minis, it would cost you an insane amount of money to get this many skulls out of it. So incredibly cost effective, high quality, really usable, and like I said, the only Citadel model that I'm willing to spend my money on. I don't know about you, but I think it's worth it. And if you don't want to go out to a Games Workshop store, or you don't have one in your city, good news for you and good news for me is that this product is available on Amazon. So I will put a link in the video description down below where you can pick these up and see what the pricing is like. And again, I highly recommend this product. I am glad I spent the money on it. I would gladly spend the money on it again. That's it for this Reviewsday Tuesday, guys. I will see you again on Friday. Cheers.